Hi, welcome back to iHeart Maths. This session will be focusing on January 2016 Csec Maths Question 3 Part A, and it's one of the most popular questions that are sure to come year in, year out. That is the sets theory question. Now, as you can see, this question in this question, you were given the diagram, which is pretty good because at times you have to place the information in the diagram. But this time they got away, right? They were given all the information. All right, so let's have a look at what each part of this diagram means. First to begin, they said, the Venn diagram below shows the number of students in Form 5A who have visited Canada, which is denoted by C, or Dominica, denoted by D. Right. So as you can see here, 3 students visited Canada only. For now, X students represented both Canada and Dominica, and 10 students represented Dominica only. However, 2X aren't so fortunate or weren't so fortunate as yet. Maybe someday they'll decide to visit either Canada or Dominica. Question 1 asks, how many students have visited Dominica only? Right? Now, it's very straightforward. This region here, where the 10 is the region that denotes the students who visited Dominica only. So question 1, that answer, and you're not just going to put 10, you're going to state it in a proper sentence form. So that solution would be 10 students visited Dominica only. Okay, let me show you. So 10 students visited Dominica only. Okay, because they give you lines to write, which I'm assuming is that you have to write it out properly. Don't mind it's 1 mark, but you phrase it properly using your English skills as well. Because maths and English, they may seem different, but they're related. Right. Part 2, write an expression in terms of X to represent the total number of students who have visited Canada. Okay. Now, some students, when they see this part, they just move on and they feel intimidated, right? But what they mean is, in terms of X, means that your answer must include a term in X. It has to be algebraic. And what do you mean by an expression? An expression is a group or a collection of terms using signs like plus and minus, right? Or even multiplication and division, but it's a collection of terms being used, algebraic terms. Now, they said who have visited Canada. Canada. Right? So this space here is the space that represents Canada. And as we can see, 3 persons visited Canada only, while X persons not only visited Canada, but they visited Dominica, but nonetheless, they still visited Canada. So let's add up that now algebraically, so that will give us 3 plus X. Okay, so you don't just put 3 plus X. I put it in brackets for a reason, because it's just an expression and we're finished, right? And I've collected the terms, and that's where I stopped, so I place it in brackets. And of course, we're not dealing with fruits or not people. We're not dealing with fruits or toys or shoes, but we're dealing with students. So you state it in students, okay? Right, part 3. Given that there are 25 students in Form 5A, calculate the value of x. Now, normally when I do my classes, that 25 tells us that this entire class, which is Form 5A, this entire class comprises of 25 students, right? And regardless, so it's 25 students in all, regardless of if they just visited Canada, if they went both places, or if they visited Dominica only, or if they have not been so fortunate as yet. Okay, so this whole group, class group, comprises of 25 students. Now, they said calculate the value of x. Calculate the value of x. Now, the first thing that we need to do is to make an expression. Make an expression in terms of x to represent the total number of students in the Form 5A. Right? Make an expression in terms of x to represent the total number of students in Form 5A. So what I did, going back to the diagram, I added the 3, plus x, plus 10 plus 2x. And then I regroup like terms. Okay, going back to that, right? Going back to the working. Regroup like terms, as you can see. Right? So the 1x will go with 2x, and the 3 and the 10 will go together because those are constants, which will simplify the 3x plus 13. Now we are not finished yet. Now this just represents the total number in the class, but in terms of x. Alright? It's just an expression in terms of x. Now what we need to do is take this expression and equate it to the total number in class. Okay? So to find x, we equate the expression 3x plus 13 to the total number of students in the class, which are 25 students. Okay, so that's what I'm doing here. Okay, and you solve using your basic algebra. So hence x worked out to be equal to 4. That is why I always tell my students algebra is so important. Okay, so let's move on to part 4. Now, I like how they did this question for many reasons. You know, it tested a lot of knowledge, and it also testing your number theory. Okay, it's testing your, not number theory, your set theory. Now, this part 4, for 3 marks, and so that means it's 1 mark each. It said, hence, write down the number of students in each of the following subsets. Okay, subsets mean a set of a set that comes out from a set. Yeah. So what is the union of C and D? Or what is C union D? So C union D, and they said the number of, they said write down the number of. Write down the number of. A lot of students may bypass that though. So yeah, you have to be able to read the questions properly. Right, so what is the number of students in C union D? Now first to begin, what is a union? So in this example, in this question, the union of the set C and D is either the union of the set C and D or the union of the students in Form 5A that visited Canada or Dominica or both. That's right. So what you need to do, going back to the diagram, you have to add all the students that visited Canada, either both or Dominica only. Okay? And now that we know that x is 4 from the previous part 3, we're going to include that now. We're going to solve it. Okay.